Notts County talk. It's finished Notts County 4, Barnet 2. It's a bit of a roller coaster, that one, wasn't it, Jordan?
Yeah, started really well. Tempo was really high, pressing really well as well. And I think we just took our foot off the pedal a bit, really, and just let them back into the game. But no, it was a good game to watch. Good win. Scored 4 goals. Obviously, you can't be disappointed at that. Obviously, conceding 2 probably could have done a bit better. But overall, good game, like you said. Bit of a roller coaster, but came out of it enjoying it still at the end. So.
In terms of footballing quality, that opening 45 minutes, take out the Barnet goal out of that. Have you ever seen Notts play better football?
Not for a while. I think the last time I saw that was when we got promoted from League 2. Every time we went forward in them games, I thought we could score, and it looked the same. We looked just as deadly in those games as we did today. So it's kind of getting back to good times, really, when watching them play like that.
Kyle Roberts, opening 45 minutes, what did you make of his performance?
Great performance. Always looking to obviously take on defenders. Got an eye for goal. Always trying to get in that position to whip his left foot around it. And he took his goal really well.
Yeah, well, to get 2 assists and a goal when we were 3-0 up for an attacking player doesn't really get much better than that, does it?
No, you can't ask much more than that, really.
No, you can't. Rodriguez and Enzio started today. First start they've had this season. I want to focus more on Rodriguez though. What did you make of him?
I thought he did well. Clearly bought into the spirit of putting his body on the line. He was going into tackles, working really hard, which is great to see, especially obviously with other players in similar positions to him are all like that. It was good to see him kind of adapt a bit. Obviously he's still got a bit of time to get on that level, but it's good that he has that kind of tenacity about him that we want. But yeah, he gave the ball a bit in possession a couple of times, but I think he's always looking to outdo himself. He's always looking to be better, and I think that'll do well for the rest of the season for him, really.
And Enzio, what do you make of him?
I think he took his goal well. Obviously, you said Loach may have been able to do better with that, but I think he didn't get as much time on the ball as he probably would have liked. I think a lot of our attacks were focused down the right side with Roberts, especially when Roberts was on anyway. Obviously, it makes it a bit more difficult, and I think Dion Kelly-Evans probably got forward a bit more in the first half than McCrory was able to do.
Yeah.
So it was difficult to really get an idea of where he's at, but he's always capable of scoring those goals, really.
Yeah, he absolutely is. I mean, for him to get his goal on the first game he started, I think it's going to give him that boost of confidence, because I don't know if it was just me reading into it a bit too much, but in the last game I thought he looked a bit dejected almost. Maybe that's a bit of a grab for me, but we will move on. I'm going to have to mention him again. I mentioned him in my last fan chat I did with Neil. Jake Reeves, what do you make?
Engine, absolute engine, and I think having him alongside Doyle will make a hell of a difference for us this season. Nothing against Rose, but I just think Reeves and Doyle, they look like they've already hit it off. They're basically the same player. They both love to just give it their all and do everything for the team, and I think he's a key signing for us this season.
Yeah. As much as it was, a positive game, we've come out victorious, we've won 4-2. It did get a little bit shaky, didn't it? So what did you sort of make of the game management after we went 3-0 up, didn't we, in the first half?
Yeah, I think conceding before half time, the lads probably went in a bit dejected. Obviously, it was on high spirits before, and then all of a sudden you've got to deal with that. The goal was a bit sloppy. Try and just get them back motivated, but I think we may look like we struggled to do that coming out of half time, and we kind of just let Barnet come at us a bit too much. Even when we scored the 4th goal at the end, we should have been, I know it was a bit of a counter-attack, but we should have been having that drive and that pace like we did in the first 25 minutes of the first half. Should have been doing that when we first came out. So
yeah, I agree with everything you just said there. I think if we can sort of, that intensity that we had in the first 35 minutes of today's game, if we can sort of build up to spreading that across 80 to 90 minutes throughout the season, we're going to have a really positive season in front of us, aren't we, Jordan?
We are. I think going forward, it looks like we can unlock teams really well and really easily at times. As long as we look up, pick out the right pass, and play it early, I think we will have no problem with that. The problem we'll have is just keeping tight at the back and making sure that we keep our structure, which we did against Altrincham quite a bit. I think obviously the only goal they conceded was a bit of a decent one, not a sloppy one. I think we held our back line really well on Wednesday, but today the back line at times, I think they found themselves a bit out of position, a bit all over the place, just trying to win the ball back but not thinking about kind of just keeping that structure, which we kept on Wednesday.
Yeah, I do agree with you. For me, in the defence of the defence today, you look at the back four, there's 3 changes. I'll give it Kelly Evans still in there, but he's moved position. And then you've got Sam Gray and McCrory back in, who's been out for a while. So I don't think you can be too harsh on them. I think they will come into their own this season. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think obviously first game of the season for McCrory and Graham. And I think, like you said, the changes probably had a bit of an effect on the structure and keeping that structure. And I think it's just building that in for whenever we do switch it up. Maybe it was too many defensive changes, and we kind of came out of it without getting too much of the cost of doing that. But it'll be a learning curve, and I think, like you said, the changes probably may have added to that bit of wariness or a bit of sloppiness.
Final point then, we like to do this one on Twitter. 3-word review, give it us. Go on, Jordan.
Well, on Twitter, I replied, keep it tight.
You've gone over your 3 words.
I said keep it tight at the back. Keep it tight is the 3-word review. But on Twitter, but I think going forward for me in this video, just keep scoring.
Keep scoring, yeah. Great. Thanks, Jordan.